It's Monday, June 26th, and time for your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite is concerned about the attitude of the nation's youth to crime, and he's blaming the situation on the seemingly heavy use of technology by young people without the necessary guidance. He made the comments in a brief address to the Registration Department's 130th anniversary church service held at the Abundant Life Assembly yesterday.
We are allowing televisions to raise our children. We are giving children these video games with lots of shooting and cursing. And then we wonder why they feel this connection to the gun. Then we wonder why they don't have the respect that they should for human life. But those of you of faith, those of you who, like me, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, we have a responsibility to save more of these young people, to take back over this society of ours.
Meantime, police are investigating a fight which took place along a wharf road yesterday afternoon. Public Relations Officer, Acting Inspector Roland Cobbler, says lawmen responded to reports of a physical altercation involving several men near the Jolly Roger cruise. However, when police arrived at the scene, those reportedly involved had already left. Now, there are several videos of that alleged fight making the rounds on social media. In other news this Monday, the United Progressive Party is questioning why the Public Accounts Committee has not addressed the issues highlighted in the recent Auditor General's report. Addressing a political meeting in Licorice Village, St. Michael yesterday, UPP leader Lynette Isman knocked the committee, who she says is comprised of members of both major political parties, for failing to deal with pertinent matters pertaining to the public purse.
Why has nothing been done about it through the Public Accounts Committee? Barbadians, do not allow people to take you for a ride. This is why we got free education, so that you can understand. The Auditor General's report is a public document available to everybody. But over the years, as he has reported under both administrations, he has pointed out where the deficiencies have been, and nothing has been done. Now, the proposal of the United Progressive Party is to give that Public Accounts Committee and the Auditor General some teeth, so that individuals who are involved in corrupt practices should go exactly where they go in other countries.
Canada has given its assurance that it will continue to partner with Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean in promoting sexual and reproductive health rights. That commitment came from a development director at the High Commission of Canada in Barbados at the awards ceremony of the Barbados Family Planning Association. Speaking on behalf of the High Commissioner, Marie Legault Bergeron told the audience that access to sexual and reproductive health is critical to advancing gender equality and advancing the empowerment of women and girls.
First, Canada supports the goal of ensuring that every pregnancy is wanted, every birth is safe, and every girl and woman is treated with the dignity and respect that she deserves. As part of Canada's feminist approach, we're committed to supporting access to the full range of sexual and reproductive health services and information. That includes access to age-appropriate comprehensive sexual education and family planning. We also support women's rights to choose safe and legal abortion and access to post-abortion care. We have not always addressed or talked about this openly, vocally, but now we do and will continue to do so.
The island's fisher folk are being urged to observe sustainable fishing habits, the plea from Deputy Chief Fisheries Officer Joyce Leslie, addressing a church service at the People's Cathedral to mark a week of activities leading to Fishermen's Day yesterday. Leslie expressed concern about some of the practices that are putting the island's fish stock at risk, including the use of small nets and catching of popular seafood which are immature.
The right to fish carries with it the obligations to do so in in a responsible manner. We must observe sustainable fishing practices, those that would not harm the survival of the stock or damage the habitats where the fish live. Therefore, the practice of catching small dolphins not sexually mature that have not yet had the opportunity to reproduce means that we can seriously reduce the number of recruits to successful further fish generations. Also, the recent practice of using a small mess gill net size, smaller than the recommended size. 1 or 2 persons in the industry have started to do this. This is a definite no-no. Both of these practices will be addressed by regulations. Damage can also be caused to the environment and habitats.
In sports, India defeated West Indies by 105 runs in the second one-day international at Queen's Park Oval yesterday, chasing a total of 311 to win in a game reduced to 43 overs. Aside due to early morning rain, the Windies limped to 205 for 6 in their allotted overs. The first ODI at the same venue was abandoned because of rain after India reached 199 for 3 of 39.2 overs after having batted first.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I God, how you keeping? But you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper is selling. This month now I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have made a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You're going to call that Sunset News. Call at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados today online for free. I can't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, at pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
Well, that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
A pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
In news of the region now, there will be a cap on the number of new teachers entering the service in St. Lucia. So says Prime Minister Alan Chasney, who also denied reports that a plan is in the works to dismiss some of those already in the system. However, Mr. Chasney makes it clear that there must be an overhaul of the system.
I don't know of any plans to drop teachers. I mean, the problem that we have right now, as everybody knows, is the number of students has been declining considerably. So there'll be a cap on new teachers coming in, but I don't know of any plans to get rid of any teachers. When you look at the situation in Royalton, that almost 50% of the people who were employed in Royalton in the construction phase came from outside of St. Lucia. That indicates a systemic failure of your education system. I've indicated repeatedly that I want to go the way of Switzerland and Germany, where there is a greater focus on skills training rather than on tertiary level education. And we need to see those skills being taught at an early age.
On the international front, at least 3 people are dead and dozens more are missing after a passenger boat sank on a reservoir in northwestern Colombia. Police say the 4-deck vessel went down near a tourist town 28 miles east of Medellin on Sunday. Some 150 people were on board when it reportedly sank in less than 5 minutes. Leisure boats quickly came to the rescue, hauling victims from the water and the top of the deck of the vessel. More than 20 people have been taken to hospital. There are no details yet as to why the boat sank. And on that note, we come to the end of our news and sports update, but there is more on our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, or you can tune in to Mix 96.9 FM for the very latest. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good morning.